today we are diving into the basics of Microsoft Excel. Whether you are new to Excel or just need refresh this tutorial, will help you get started. So let's jump right in. So first up, you need to open up the Excel, and when you launch the program, you will see a screen like this. So like here, you will find this one. Okay, so click on the blank worksheet with the new, or you can find this one with the click on the blank workbook to create a new spreadsheet. Okay, so now that we have our blank worksheet, let's take a quick tour of the interface. At the top of the ribbon, which contain various tabs like the home tabs, insert draw, page layout, and also the more. And each tab has different tools and options. Like under the home tabs, we have the clipboard group, font groups, align groups, and also the more, and like this. And our insert tabs, you can insert the different object from the insert tabs, and there is also the several groups. So draw, page layout, with this one you can easily work with the different options. So below the ribbon, and you will see the formula bar. This is called the formula bar. This is where you can enter or edit data and formulas in the cells. Okay, so and finally we have a spreadsheet area and made up a row and column. So columns are labeled with a letter like A, B, C, D, or like this way, and the rows are the number. So each boxes is called the cell. Okay, so the cell addresses is determined by its columns, letters, and row number. Like when I click over here, you can see it gives you the A1, and this is called the cell A1. And when I click over here, this is the F4, and this is the F4 cells. Okay, so let's start by entering some data. Click on the cell A1, type here. If I say like here the name, then press the enter to move the cell A2, and type here like if I say the John. Continue entering a few more names in the columns, like enter, press the enter. Then if I say this will be the David over here, and if I say this will be the Smith over here, so this way you can easily enter your data. Now next, let's move into the column B. Okay, in the cell B1, type like if you use the age, and here we have now the age. Then enter the sum ages corresponding to the names in the column A. So like here, if I say that 24, 25, if I say that 21, if I say that 23, 3/3, and like this way you can easily use it into the column B. Okay, so great. Now let's format our data to make it nicer. So highlight the cells with your data and go to the home tabs and use the options to bold and the header or add the borders. So first one, let's start with the all borders. We have now this one. Then I want to bold the name and ages as the headers. So select the bold. We have the bold, and I want to increase the font point. Instead of the 11, I want to use the 12. So now that we have the 12 font size, this one, and we have this one, and we have this one. Now let's use more appealing with the different colors. So let's go to the themes colors, and for example, let's use a simple one. Now you can say it's come over the table. So this way you can easily modify or this one. So, and Excel is not just for sorting data. It's also powerful tools for calculation. So let's do a simple sum. So like here, if you use like the something, or if I gonna click over the something, or if I say this will be the here the number, and if I want to sum up this one, I can easily use the type or the sum. You use the parenthesis, then select it, then close it, then hit on the OK. So this way you can easily use it, and Excel will calculate the total cents. Oh, Excel not only gives you the data, or it also helps you to find out the calculation or with the different functions. You can also use another basics functions like the average, mean, and max. So try them out in your spreadsheet. For example, this is the sum. If I'm gonna use the average, and if I say I can just easily use it as the average by using the average functions. Let me use this one, then select this data, then pause it, then hit on the OK. Now let's move into the main functions. If I want to find out the lowest value in our range, I can easily use the main functions by using the main and select this range, then pause it, then hit on the OK. So same way you can do as a max function, and you can easily find out the highest value of the selected range by using match functions. Use the parenthesis, then select this range, then close it, then hit on the OK. So now that we have our functions, we have the result. Okay. So one more cool feature is creating charts. So highlights your data. You can do by like this one. If I want to use this one, go to the insert tips and choose the charts you want to use, and you can find, let me do it again, insert it here, and this time select the charts over here, and you can use choose a chart type you want to use for your data work, so you can easily use it. For example, let's use a simple one like the bar charts over here, and just hit on the OK. Now that we have our data and also the chart to visualize very easily and as a glance. Okay, so now you have a visual representations of your data. So that is for our introduction in Excel. We have covered how to enter data, format it, and perform basic calculation and create chart. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next time. Hey there, Excel enthusiasts. In today's video, we are going to dive into the basics of creating and saving workbooks in Excel. Whether you are a beginner or just need a quick refreshers, you are in the right place. So let's get started. Okay, first thing, let's open the Excel. And if you want to using the Windows, you can find Excel by typing the Excel into the search bar at the bottom left of your screens, or just click over here. You can easily type over so what you are looking for. Like I can easily use Insta Excel, and for also make your user, you can find Excel in your applications by using Spotlight searches. Okay, so now click over here, and it pops up with this one. Now that we have these ones, so once you have a Excel open, you will see that it start screen to create a new workbook. So simply click on with the new blank workbook, or click the new and use the blank workbook. So this will open a new empty Excel workbook for you to work with. Okay, so now that we have our blank workbook, so let's take a quick tour. At the top of, you will see a ribbon which is filled with the various steps like the home tabs, and also the insert drop, and also the more. And below we have also cells over there. So here you can work with and organize it columns and also the rows. In cells can hold data such as the text, numbers, or formulas. Okay, so let's enter some data. Like click or here, anywhere or any cell, and start typing. For example, let's start with the one cells. Right here the name, then the next one, in the P1 cells, we want to use like the country or this one, and then use here the in the cell we will use the something, or before that I can easily use this one as the edge. Okay, so here we have now this one. Great. Now that we have entered some data, so it's time to save your work. So before that, let's start with the sum name over here. Like if I just say AB and this is the BC or something, this one, country like XYZ or this one, and YX or whatever you want to use, this one. Okay, let's start with something. I am gonna say this is the 24th and 23rd over here. So now that we want to save it, so to save the workbook, click on the file in the top of the left corner of the screen, then select the save as. Okay, so next step is save as a dialog box and choose the location where you want to save your file. So for this example, let's save it in the desktop, and next give your file name. So I will use the simple file name. I use the simple, I can just say the simple workbook or this one, for example. Okay, then finally click on the save. Okay, so Excel will also allows you to save your workbook in different format. To do this, go back to the file and use the save as, click the drop down menu, or just click over like here and use the drop down menu into the here, and here you can choose the format like this or PDF, CSV, and also the more you can find here the different options. So for let's start or use the PDF files and save it. Now it saved the PDF files or these files as the PDF file. Okay, so once you are done with your work, you can close with the workbook by clicking the X at the top right corner of the window. So if you haven't saved your changes, X so actually promote you do so before closing. Okay, so that is, you have successfully created and saved a workbook in Excel. I hope you found this tutorial helpful and be with us, and thanks for watching. To this tutorial, we are going to explore the basics of Excel interface, focusing on the rebounds and tabs and quick access toolbar. Whether you are a beginner or just need two refreshers, this guide will help you navigate Excel or Excel like a pro. Okay, let's start with a ribbon. The ribbon is a strip of buttons and icons located above the work area in the Excel. So it's designed to help you quick find commas that you need to complete tasks. Okay, so the ribbon is divided into several tabs, like each tab's concept group related comments. For example, home tabs as the group of clipboard, fonts, alignments, number, and also the more. Also you will find difference one you can find there. Okay, so the home tab is where you find the most frequently used commands such as the cut, copy, and also the paste options and comments. Such are font settings and also the alignment groups over there, and also the insert tabs where you can add different element to your spreadsheet like tables and also the pivot table charts and also the shapes you can find in the different group. And the next one, click on the page layout. So the page layout tabs allows you to adjust the reference of your sheets, including the margin and also the orientation and also the sizes. Then the next one is the formula tab. in the formula tip, you can access functions and formulas tools to perform complex calculations. Okay, so under the formula tips, you can have a bunch of functions library, and you can easily find out with their different functions over there. So, and the next one is a data tip. The data tip is essential for managing and analyzing your data with options for like the sortings or the filtering and the data validations. And the next one is review tips. The review tips provide tools for proofreading, commenting, and protecting your workbook over here. Lastly, we have the view tabs, and the view tabs helps you control of how your worksheet is displayed. So including the options for phrasing pens, like you can find over also the zooming options and also the switching view by using the switched window. Okay, now let's use and customize the ribbon. The right click on the ribbon and just select here. If I go to the click over into the tops are here, let me use it. Or here you will find the customize the ribbon. So Excel allows you to customize the ribbon. You can add or remove tabs and commands to suit your workflow. Okay, so for example, if I want to text out the draw or the tabs by selecting or the checking options, you can easily text out this one. So if I gonna click over, now you can see it doesn't have draw. Now go to again the customized ribbon, and if you want to add something into your insert tips by selecting over here and by selecting with the commas, you can easily insert over here the difference one. For example, or let's use a simple one. I want to insert like the insert function, this one, into the here, and before that I can easily use it over, like for example, I want to use over here, then edit that to edit, so you need to use other new groups over there. Okay, so here you can easily use it, and in the Excel options dialog box, you can create new tab and remaining existing so on, and add commas by simply dragging and dropping. Okay, for this I want to cancel it. And now let's move into the quick access toolbar. So this toolbar provides easily access to commands that you can use frequently. By default, it includes commands like the save or undo or redo. You can customize the quick access toolbar by clicking drop down arrow and selecting more commands from the list. Okay, from your list, if I want to use the new, includes here the new. Okay, and add to more comments, click on the more comments by using over here, and from the drop down menu in the Excel options, select the comments you want to click on the add, and it can help you to add more comments. For example, let's use a card and use add is now added. Now comments as the quick access toolbar. Okay, then hit on the OK. Now let's see a quick example. Suppose you want to format a table. So first we need to like have the simple, or this one, like the age or country I want to use, for example, or here. Then if I gonna say the something or like here, and if I want to use something that this one. Okay, now I want to use this one as or the table. So first need to select the data and go to the insert tabs and choose the table in there, and next here you can see the create tables, then hit on the OK. So, and we might want to adjust the font and alignment, so we can do by using the or selecting the home tab, and you can easily work with the different font styles. If we frequently need to use bold formatting, we can add the bold comments by selecting over here and use the bold comment, or you can use the quick access tool for the easy access. Okay, so and that have a better understanding of Excel ribbon and quick access toolbar. With this knowledge, you can navigate Excel more efficiently to and customize it to be better suit your needs. So thanks for watching. See you in the next time. Welcome to our Excel tutorial series. Today we are going to dive into the fundamentals of entering and editing data in Excel. Whether you are a beginner or looking to refresh your skills, these tutorials will guide you through the process step by step. So let's get started. Okay. First thing, let's start with the entering data into Excel. So here are the few ways you can do this. First one is the manual entry. Simply click on the cell where you want to enter data. Click, for example, let's click over here and just click over and start two typings. Like if I use something, use the here, like say the name, then place the enter when you need done to move to the next thing. Okay, so this way you can easily enter the data and copy and paste. You can copy data from another source such as the website or another Excel sheet and paste it directly into the Excel. So just you can do like cell, or you want to copy it like here. If I have this one, and if I want to copy it or just paste it to the here, so select the cell, use the Control D for paste it. Okay, so now that we have now this one, this way you can easily enter it. And another way, import the data. Excel also allows you to import data from extra large sources like database or the text file. Okay, so to do this, go to the here, like go to the database or go to the data types and select the data and choose the source you want to in from. Okay, so you can use the Excel or CSV or XML. You can use the database or the Azure or the from online or more. Okay, so for example, let's start with the simple one. If I gonna click over with the from work or from the CSV or the text file, just selecting this one. For example, let's have I have this one, then import it, and I have now is connecting with the CSV, and I have this one, so download it, and here we have got the this file for exporting with the importing from the CSV file. Okay, so this way you can easily enter, or you can enter the data into your Excel. So now that you know how to enter data, let's move on the editing. Okay, so editing data in Excel just as easy as the entering. So here the some common edited text like here. Before I want to delete it. Okay, so to edit the contents of cell, simply just double click on the double click, just select here. Like if I want to use or change, or if I want to edit this one, just double click. Now you can easily change it. Like instead of this state, instead of 10, if I want to say this will be the 8, I can easily mute it, and or you can do by selecting the cell and press the F2, and now you can easily use it with like here. If I say that 12, then hit on the OK. So you can then make your changes and press enter to save. To delete data from a cell, select the cell and just click over. Like if I want to delete this data from here, and press the delete key on the keyboard, and here you can easily delete it. Or if you want to delete the content of the multiple cells, select the press and delete. If I select this one, then press the delete. Okay. And Excel also allows you to cut, copy and paste data within the Excel same sheet or between like that different sheet. Use the Control or Control X for cut and Control C for copy commands to copy data, and then use the paste like Control V commands to paste it elsewhere. For example, select this one. If I use the Control C for copy and I want to paste it on Control V, okay. Now if I want to cut this one, use the Control X and use the Control V. Now it's placed, but it takes out from here because we have cut it. Okay. So, and there you have it, entering and editing data in Excel. It's a fundamental skill that will have saved your variety of professionals and personal settings. Practice these techniques regularly and we will become a pro in no time. Thanks for watching. We will see you in the next video. Hello and welcome back to Basics Formula and Functions in Excel. In today's tutorial, we will cover the fundamental building blocks of Excel's formula as in functions. Whether you are a beginner or just need a refresher, you are in the right place. Let's dive right in. So here, we have a simple spreadsheet with some simple data. Let's start by understanding the basics of formulas. Formulas or a formula in Excel always start with an equal sign, so followed by the expressions you want to or evaluate. Okay. So for example, if we want to add the values in like the cells B2 and C2, we will simply type here the equal, then select this one, add up with the plus sign, then I will just use this one, then press the enter. Congress. Excel calculates the sum for us. Now let's explore the functions. So functions are predefined formulas that perform a specific calculation. They save us time and effort by automatic tasks. Okay. So one of the most commonly used functions is the sum functions. It adds up all the numbers and the range of cells. Okay. So here I will use the sum functions over there, or I want to use, let me use the sum functions, and I want to use with the like here after typing in here with the sum functions, and we select the range of cells we want to sum and close it with the parenthesis and press the enter. Look at that. The sum functions calculates the total for us in a snap. So now let's try like the another functions, or before that I want to apply same formulas rest of the data over here, and same way I can easily use it or block to the here. Now click over, it takes you the automatically in there, and I can easily shows up with the sum functions. Okay. The average function is the name of such as the calculates the average of the range of cells, and if I gonna use the average over here and I want to show up the average, so to calculate the average of the range of cells we need to use the equal. Then after typing the average, like I gonna use the average, and we select the range of cells we want to average. So like here, if I want to average of this one, all the quantities sold we can easily use it. then close it with the parenthesis, then press the enter. Amazing. The average functions give us the average value of the selected range. So now let's explore one more function. Okay, and we want to use the if functions, and I want to write here the if. The if functions allow us to make logical comparisons and return the difference value based on the result. So, and we can easily use it with the if functions into the here. And here the first one is a logical test value if true and value if false. Then close with the parenthesis and press the enter. So this is our the sentence. So I will use the if functions, and after typing the equal, the if functions, we enter the logical test. So first one, I want to use if it is greater than the equal the 40, and the result will come. Or I want to use something, I want to add the message, so I want to use the done, this one. Then if not, so what, or value if false, so what the result will come. So I will use the progress. Okay, so let me use the progress, this one, then close it, then hit on the OK. I will close it with the parenthesis, then place the enter. Perfect. The if functions evaluates our logical test and return appropriate value accordingly. Now, if I gonna just drag it in the here, and here we got it according to our logical test. So if you say if it is greater than the 40 equal, so it will come out done, or the progress same way, this is not greater than the 40. So this, it gives us the progress. Okay, so and there we have it. You have this learn the basics of formulas and functions in Excel. Remember, formulas start with an equal sign, while functions are predefined formula that automate tasks. Okay, experiment with the different functions to unlock full potential of Excel. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more tutorials from basic formula and functions in Excel. Today's episode, we are diving into one of the most essential skills in Excel. Excel formatting cells, rows, and columns. Whether you are a beginner or looking to polish your Excel skills, this tutorial will help you make your spreadsheet more readable and professional. So let's get started. Okay. So the first, let's talk about why formatting is important. Like, proper formatting not only makes your data easier to read and understand, but also helps highlight key informations and makes your spreadsheet look more professional. Okay, so high formatting is Excel, like easier to read, highlights key informations, professional and difference. Let's start with cell formatting. Okay, select the cell, range of cells you want to format here. If I format this one, then right click over here and use the format cell. So in the format cell, you will see several steps are like with the numbers, generalized alignments, or the different, or here the alignment, fonts, border, field, and also the protection. So under the number, you can change the cells data types, like with it, such as the currency and also the data or percentage. So this is particularly useful for financial data and dates and statistical data. Okay, and the next up we have the alignment, and this steps lets you adjust the text alignments and also the orientation. I like what you want to use, and control text wrapping. Okay, and under the font tips, you can change the font types or sizes and also the styles over there. And also you can use the effect like the bold or the italic. Okay, so and the border tips allows you to and customize border around your cells. And finally, the fill or this is the file types, and let you add background color to your cells, which can be great for highlights important data. Okay, so for example, let's use this one as a currency, and here we have the currency symbol. You can use the different currency, whatever you want to use. So for this tutorial, we are using the dollar, and you can easily use this way. And now use the alignment with the general, this one, and the font. Let's use the currency. So let's use the so this is the preview one. You can easily use it. With this one, I can use the Arial black. This one we have regular, and let's use the 12. And I want to use the border of whatever you want to, or inside or whatever. You can use a different color with the border. So here we can use this border and the fill colors. Let's use the fill color, and you can easily use it. Then everything is done. Just click on the OK. Now that we have used the format, now what type of whatever I type here, so it comes with the dollar sign because we select the currency, and with the real black font and with the font sizes. Okay, so now let's say I use the $150 like I gonna want to use the 40, or if I use the 400, so it comes with the dollar sign. Now let's move onto the formatting rows and columns. Formatting, this can help or organize your data and improve readability. So to format a row, select a row, like this is the row called the row, and this is called the columns. So now if I want to format this row, I can easily select this one and right click over here, and you can find here the row height. So here you can set a specific height for your row. Okay, so for example, if I use this one, it is 20 or 25, then hit on the OK. Now you can see the changes with this one. We have selected, or we use the different heights of row, and similar to the format columns. Just I want to use this one. Right click over here and use the column white and adjust with the white of the, or fit it your data perfectly. For example, if I use this is the 12 into the here, then hit on the OK. Now you can see that it changes. It is white over here, there. Okay, and also you can use the auto fit or automatically adjust the row height or columns. So with the fit, the contents you can do. Like if we do, you have the date. Like if I say, it will be the same or adjust this one. Now if I just click over and just double click over here, now you can see it is automatically adjust the row and height and column with the fit the content. Okay, so let's look at some advanced formatting tips to make your spreadsheet stand out even more. So like here, conditional formatting is a powerful tool that allows you to apply formatting based on a specific criteria. And to use the conditional formatting, first you need to select the cell you want to use the conditional formatting. Then go to the home tab and use the conditional formatting, and choose a rule types, and you can easily use it. For example, let's use our data, work with this one. And here you can see with the data words, and we have got this one. And another great feature is format as a table. So this make your data easier to read and manage. And you can do by selecting the range and use the Control T, or you can use something like you can use here to, or before the, let me undo this one. I can just do, or I want to use this one into the formatted. Before that, I want to use the all border, and I want to use the, go to the insert tab, use the table. I can easily my table as a header, then hit on the OK. Now you can find we have converted this one as a table. Okay, so and that's it for today's tutorial. With these tips, tricks, you can format your cells, rows and columns like a pro. Remember, good formatting can make a huge difference in how your data is perceived and understood. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next time. Today's episode we will cover how to create various types of charts and graphs that can make your data more understandable and visually appealing. So let's get started. Before we start creating charts, it's crucial to have your data organized properly. Here is a simple data set we will be using today. So like here we have in the column A, we have the month and also the sales and also the expenses corresponding value. Ensure your data is clean and structured in a tabular format. So its columns should have headers, like we have used this one, and each row should be corresponding data point in there. Okay. So let's start with the basic column charts to visualize our sales data. Okay. So first step is we need to do, if I select this one into the 1 to the 13 and select this data, then go to the insert tabs on the ribbon and click on the column charts. You can find here there is the column charts. By clicking over here, use the all charts and use the column charts. And for this tutorial we will use the cluster column charts. Then hit on the OK, and there you have it, a simple column chart showing sales over a month. You can customize by adding the titles, labels, or changing colors. So customize it you can do using the change or chart design. Use the add chart element. For example, let's use or you can see we have now the axis label. If I want to use this one, or just change here, if I say this is the month, okay, you can just click over the chart elements, or like here you can use the easily find the data labels or the data tables or the data table labels. If you want to use, for example, I can use the data labels. You can inside, base, or outside, so whatever you want to use. For example, inside over here, now that we have the these charts in there. Okay, next let's create line charts, and we will do, let me do or resize this one. I will just undo this one. Okay, these times or these line charts to compare with compare sales and expenses over this month. So select the data range like A1 to A13. Then same way, go to the insert, click on the line charts. Okay, in the line charts you can see we have the differences line charts. You can use it the different one. Let's start with we can use the line with the markers. I want to use the line markers, this one. So now that line chart is the or it's great for showing trends over the times. Notice how it's clearly display both sales and the expenses, and making it easy to compare that. You can easily indicate the sales, indicate these colors, and expense is indicated with the colors. Okay, so now let's create a pie chart to show the proportion of sales of the each month. Okay, so before that I want to easily use it or resize it this one, and let me take it to the here. Okay, so now we want to use like the here the sales or select the sales columns. I want to use this one. Then go to the insert tabs and use the pie charts. So here you can have the different pie charts over there. We have now this one. You can do like I can easily select it, or now you can easily find out with the pie charts. So for example, let's use the 3D pie charts, or here you can use the 2D. For using I used here the 2D pie charts in there. Okay, A pie chart is useful for showing preparations. Here we can see how is the month sales contribute to the totals and annual sales. Okay, so and customizing use charts can make them informative and visually appealing. So you can easily use different change or chart styles, whatever you want to show. Use it by selecting our chart styles. If you want to change the colors, you can easily get here the different colors by selecting over here, or with the chart design you can easily chart the different layout if you want to use it with the layout. Now when it takes my cursor, and you can now see we have the different layout over there. So for example, I can easily show up, and how now you can see it changes here with this one. Okay, so play around with these options to match your chart design with your presentations or the layout report. Okay, so once you are happy with your charts, you might want to save or export them. So you can do by right clicking over here, use the shape as here the pictures. You can easily use it as an image or copy the chart and paste it to the Word documents or the PowerPoint. By using the copy, you can easily paste it to the or paste into the difference the Office program. Okay, so this steps makes it easy to share your visualizations in reports and the presentations. So that's it for today's tutorial on the basic data visualization in Excel. We have covered how to create column charts, line charts, and pie charts, as well as how to customize and thus save them. So thanks for watching. In today's video, we are diving into the working with tables and ranks in Excel. Whether you are a beginner or looking for refine your skills, this tutorial has got you covered. So let's get started. First thing first, let's understand what ranks or tables are in Excel. So a range in Excel is simply a selection of cells. For example, if I click drag to the or select cell from the A1 to C5, that's our range. Okay, so now tables are essentially range with added functionality. To convert a range into a table, select the range, then go to the inside tabs and click on the tables, and make sure my table has a header. Check if your range includes headers and click on the OK. Okay, so now that your range is now in our table, notice the default formatting and the filter buttons added to each headers. Okay, so great. Now let's explore some key feature of tables. One of the major advantages of using table is that they automatically expand as you add new data. So let's add a new row below our tables. Like here, if I use this one as the Smith is one. Okay, so and here I can easily use the HR, and if I gonna say this will be the HR, if I use here the 1500, this one, that here it's automatically added in your range. Now if I use here something, you are like here, if I gonna use here, now you can see it also added into your tables. Okay, so as you can see, that table explained to include this new data. Okay, so with that table, you also get the table design, and you can easily find it by selecting this one, which offer various styles and options to enhance or like your tables. You can change the table styles by selecting over here, like you can add or also bandit if you want to use our bandit columns. So whatever you want to use, for example, let's change here these styles, and I can easily select it with the here, and now you can see here, and also add the banded rows and columns and much more. You can easily play with this one. Okay, so when I click over, now you can see it comes over like this, or you can use the totals or row over here. Okay, and filtering and sorting data becomes easier with the tables, so you can easily use it like click on any of the filters button in the headers row and sort of filters of your data. For example, let's use this one as the filter one. This one I can easily sort out smallest to largest. Here we found the largest, smallest to largest over there. Okay, so this way you can easily sort or you can easily filter it. Like if you want to filter this one as number, filter equal or do not equals, or like here the greater than or the several option, you can easily play with this one. Okay, so now let's move on onto the working with the range. Range can be formatted and manipulated similar to tables, but without the edit functionality. So however, you can still use feature like the conditions formatting. So like here, select your range. You can easily use it over here. Select this range and go to the home tabs. Use the conditionals formatting. Okay, so here you can highlight the cells based on their values, like our data words, or also the color skills, and also the more whatever you want to shows up. For example, let's use a simple one on this one, and now here we can find out this one as the color skills. Okay, and another useful feature is a name range. To create our name range, so we need to select your range, or like I can easily use it this one and go to the formula steps and click on the define names. Okay, and give you name range and give your name of meaningful name. So for example, if I say this will be the data, or I can just say the our sales data, I want to use the name here, sales data, and here if I select it as the refer to the tables, then hit on the OK. So you can now use these names into your formulas, making them easier to understand and maintain. Okay, for example, instead of, or like if you want to add somewhere, or if you want to add here sum up over here, you can easily use the name range instead of writing like the sum, and instead of using the like A1 from this range, instead of this one you can easily use the, or not that this one, you can just write here the sales data, this one, and this assuming sales data name your defines. Okay, so then close it. Now you can see it's automatically split over here, then hit on the OK. Now you got it, the result. Now if I use something over here, like if I gonna say the something Stephen or here, and here we got it another, or this one, and if I say this will be the IT, and if I say the 15, or I'm gonna use the 600, this one, and here now you can see it change here automatically with your name range. Okay, so that's wrap up our tutorials on working with tables ranks in Excel. Remember, tables are add more functionalities to your data management. Well, ranks are great, similar or simple taxes. Both have their own unique benefits. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next time on our episode. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to sort and filter data in Excel. Whether you are managing a small list of massive data set, these skills are essential for keeping your information organized and easy to analyze. Let's get started. Okay, first thing, let's talk about sorting data. Sorting helps you to organize your data in a specific order, either alphabetically or numerically. This can make it easier to spot trends or find specific information. Okay, so first up, you need to open up Excel with data you want to share. So for this tutorial or for this example, if we will use a list of sales data, okay, so here you can now see we have now this data. So click and drag or select the data range of data you want to sort. So like here, if I want to sort this one, and then make sure that you include the headers if your data has them. Okay, now go to the data types on the ribbon, and here we will see options for sortings. Your data you can sort like the A to Z, or for the ascending order, or Z to A for that descending order. Okay, next step is, let's say we want to sort our sales data by the amount columns, or here we can easily use it, and I want to use the smallest to largest. Just click over here, and now what I'm gonna do, I can easily use it over here, and let me use it. So I want to select this one again, and this time I can easily sort out this one. And now I want to use the sort largest smallest like this one, and I want to use the total amount. Okay, so and here with the values, then hit on the OK. Now you can see we have sorted this out or according to the amount. This is the largest to smallest. Okay, and what if you want to sort by more than one column? So for example, by regions, and also the first, then by the amount. So you can do by using the first one. We will use the regions over here. Then the next one we have used here the like A to Z, that our levels we can use the by. Click on here, click the columns you want to use. So I want to use the totals amount. Then I want to use the smallest to largest. You can add the columns you want to add, or you want to sort by the order of the preferences. Okay, so now hit on the OK. Now you can see it first come with the regions like the A to Z, then it comes the smallest or lowest. Okay, now let's move on the filtering data. Filtering allows you to display only the data set meet certain criteria, which is great for focusing on a specific subsets of your data. Okay, so first one is select your data range again, and if I select this one, then go to the data types again and click on the filters. Okay, so click over there, and a little drop down arrows will appear in the header cells of your columns. Okay, so click the drop down arrows and columns you want to filter. So for example, let's use, or I can easily use the regions, and if I want to filter only the east, and just hit on the OK. So now you can see it's only the find out, or it's only the specific with the list. This way you can easily filter out. Then if you can also the filter of multiple columns at once. So for example, filter the region, and also we can use the amount. So what I'm gonna do, first I will select all, then hit over this one. Then first one, let's use advanced, and use here, or before that I can just easily click over here there, and like I can just select this one and use the east these times, then hit on the OK. Now I want to sort out this with the number of filters, and I want to use the words greater than the, or I can just easily use the like I can just say 200, or 250, or I can just say the 200, this one, or I will use the 208, then hit on the OK. So here we got it, the filter out. So those are greater than the 208. Okay. So for those who wants to take it a step further, let's explore and also the sense advanced sortings and filtering techniques. So with the custom sort, you can create more complex sorting one. For example, you can sort text by customs, weeks like the days or weeks of the months, or you can easily use it over here. Like if you want to use before that, I want to or takes out this one. Okay, then I want to select all, then hit on the OK. Now let's select the day, and I can easily use the January. So here we can easily find out the January's data over there. Okay, and if your data use or uses cells, colors or fonts to highlight a specific, you can filter out colors by clicking over here. Like if I use the conditions formatting, go to here. This times I want to use the greater than, and this one, for example, I want to use filter out, sort out by these colors. I can easily sort by the colors. With this one, here you only got out with these colors. So the advanced filter is set up the common criteria. The using with the data, use the advanced over here, and you can have the different criteria. You can easily this one. Okay, and that's it. You have learned how to sort and filter data in Excel like a pro. So these tools are incredibly powerful for managing and analyzing your data. And thank you for watching. I will see you in the next time. We will cover VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, and the SUMIF functions. Whether you are a beginner or looking to shorten your product value in the first column of a table and returns a value in the same row from a specific column. So it's super handy for finding a specific data in the large space spreadsheets. Okay, let's move into our Excel spreadsheet. So here, let's find out the VLOOKUP sentence. And if I type here the VLOOKUP, and here the first argument is the lookup value, and the next one is the table array, then the column index number, and the range lookup, and this is the optionals. So let's bring down that with an example. And suppose we have the table of the employees ID, and they are corresponding names and departments. And if we want to find out the department of an employee's ID with like if I say the ID number is 1 or 102, we use the VLOOKUP functions like this. So what I'm gonna do, I want to show some steps like with the example. First one is the lookup value. Let's start with the lookup value, and if I gonna say the 102, this one, okay, I can easily use it. Then the next one, let me select with the A2 from here, this one. Then the next one, I want to use the department, so this is the 3, and use it, and let me use the false over here. Okay, so in this formula, 102 is our lookup value, and this is the range of our table, and 3 is the column number of the for the department, and the false ensure an exact match. So let's hit on the OK, and let's do it again. And instead of this one, let's use our here if I'm gonna take out this one, and here we got it, the result. Okay, the department for employees ID is 102 is written with the VLOOKUP functions. Okay, next we have HLOOKUP. which stands for horizontal lookup. It works similarly to VLOOKUP but search for a value in the first row of table and returns a value in the same columns from a specific row. Okay. So here I want to show up with the sentence with the HLOOKUP. So let me use the HLOOKUP, or I just type here the HLOOKUP. Then the first one is the lookup value, table array, row index number, and range lookup. So this is the same one. For example, if we have a table where the first row contains product name and the second row contain their prices over here, okay, and also to find price of product like named, if we say the gadget, you use the HLOOKUP function. So here let me use, and in this formula, let's first one is the gadget. I want to use the right here the gadget, this one, okay. Then the next one, this is our lookup value. Then here the table array, or this is of our range. Here I want to use the next arguments. I want to select this one, then the next one. So row index number, okay. So let's use the 2, and 2 is the row number of the prices. Then the next one, false is of ensured, like if I say the false over here, and this ensures are the an exact match now. And now we can easily hit on the OK, and here we have the price of gadget is the 25th. Okay. So this way you can easily find out. Now let's move on the if functions. The if functions allows you to make logical comparisons between a value and what you expect, like if many decisions make in your spreadsheet. So let's move into the Excel sheet, and if I use if I use here the functions, the first one I want to show as a sentence for if. So let's start with the if functions with the equal, then if I is, so here we can say the logical test or the logical test, this one, the value if true, and the next one is the value if false. Okay. So for if we want to check of sales amount exists like 5 or 5,000 and return bonus if true and no bonus if false. Okay. So we use here like the functions. If I say if it is a logical test, the B2 is greater than the 5,000, then it will come up the bonus. So let me use it, this one bonus. Otherwise I will come up with this with the no bonus. Okay. So here I want to use the no bonus in this formula. B2 is greater than the 5,000 is our logical test, and bonus is the value if true, and the no bonus is the value if false. Simply, or we can just hit on the or the close it, then hit on the OK. So here we got it according to our logical test. Now I want to apply rest of the data. I can just easily use it, and before that I want to use or just here the drag in there, and here we got it according to our if functions. Okay. Finally, let's explore some if the sum if functions at the values in the range that meet a specific criteria is great for a summing of values based on the conditions. Okay. So let's move into the Excel file, and here I want to show you subs with the, or if I gonna click over here, here is the sum if functions with the equal, and here we have the sentence like the first one is the range and criteria, the next one is the sum range. Okay. For instance, here we have the simple, and if we went to sum up the sales amount greater than the 1,000, we use the sum if functions. So let's use, I can just easily use it. If the first one is the range, Then the next one is the criteria. I want to use the criteria is greater than the 1000. I can easily use it. Then the next one, here we can easily use it like we want to use, let me use the, or before that, I want to use the range into the here. I want to use this range, then criteria. I want to use the criteria if it is greater than the 1000 over here. Then the next criteria, next argument is the sum range. So I want to specify the sum range, then close it. And in this formula, so this is the our range, and we are ablating, and this is our criteria, and that this is the our range to sum. So, and just like that, we have the total cells ascendings like here. If I use this one, let me do it again, and we have exceeding this one, the thousands over here. So let's do it, and here we have now this one, and let me check it again. Or we can do instead of this one, I want to find out with the specific name, like first one, I want to use here the instead of this one. If I change here the name, so range, if I want to use, or let me do from the beginnings from here. So the first one, let's start with the sum if, and here the range, let me select this range. Then the next one, I want to find out criteria. So I want to find out with the specific salesperson. So let me use the David, this one. Then the next one, I want to sum up. So I want to select the sum range over here. Then close it, then hit on the OK. So now that we have got the sum with the salespersons like David, we got it. Now if I change here the instant of the David, if I gonna change here the like the or the Bob. So what's happened? So here only we got the Bob's names over here. But if I wanna make it the Bob over here, let me use it and write here the Bob. So and what happened? You found here the total sums of the Bob. Okay. So and there we have it. We have covered VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, if and sum if. These functions are incredibly powerful tools for your Excel toolkit. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next time.